протеста лоханулись, выпустили случайно для Xbox обновление ночью, а потом решили для всех выпустить. Было забавно. Ах, так, каким же персонажем основным, наверное? Бля, частных миров свободных нет, что ли? Фантастика. Прикольно, прикольно. Поиграли, называется. О! Так, пойду что-нибудь попить возьму, пока грызется это чудовище. Вот это гадость. Так, перевеса нет, отлично. Надо вспомнить, что тут к чему. Надо подготовиться ко всякой фигне. А где субтитры-то? Не подвезли, что ли? Так, еще и нового на карте. Так, сделал-ка я вот так вот. Чё с едой-то теперь? Ну нахер его. Нифига ты.
Hard workers.
I'm thinking about joining them. Getting in on the ground floor. How about you?
Ты уже брал?
Hey, good to see you again. Welcome to Fort Atlas. Looking to sign up? Or just curious? Well, either way, I guess it's not me you want to talk to. Most of the fort's off limits to civilians, but if you're interested, Knight Shin's in charge of the new recruits. He's very serious about protocol and security, so you'll have to speak to him first if you want to get anywhere. Hey there, something else I can help you with? Of course. What you want to know? I wasn't sure what to expect, really. I built up a picture of them, reading the old logs from Taggarty's group. This bunch, well, they just marched across the continent, and you can sense the strain. But the resolve in them is like nothing I've ever seen. Paladin Romani, their leader, she's really something. Makes you feel like you're part of a brighter future when she talks to you. Oh, it's an honor. I know that sounds like some recruiting poster nonsense, but really, it is. I finally feel like I'm part of something meaningful. Building a better world alongside other people who've committed their lives to that cause. Sure, sometimes it means doing guard shifts in the rain, but hey, small price to pay for real purpose, right? Well, aside from the initiates and hopefuls they recruited along the way, just 3. I was expecting more, honestly, but Paladin Romani said 3 was plenty to start a new chapter. With the recruits they have already, she's right. What do you need? Of course. Hey there. Of course. What do you need? Yep, the Brotherhood renamed it when they turned it into their new headquarters here. They sure did. Trailing a bunch of recruits and new initiates they'd picked up along the way. Quite the sight to see, no lie. I was really glad I had something to show them when they got here. I caught a little flack for using the logo when they arrived, but they were pretty impressed. So much work was already done. The Paladin asked me on the spot if I wanted to make it official as an initiate. I'm not too proud to say I got so excited I barely could say yes. Suit yourselves. I'll be here. Hey there. Sit.
We have to put ourselves free from America to rebuild America. Take the old and Fort.
Welcome to Fort Atlas.
Think I'll make the cut?
Maybe we'll finally be able to rebuild society. I'm gonna join up and take on the wasteland.
Братство приехало, бардак хуже, чем у меня дома. О, понеслось, бля.
I have real duties to attend to. The outer perimeter is still insecure, divisions aren't properly stowed, and we're awash in hopefuls. I have no time
Not
to babysit
now.
civilians.
Not
Your
until these
duties are what
Brotherhood
I
jerks
say
listen
they
to
are,
me.
right? Your objections are noted, but this is a direct order from your commanding officer. Help us put on a good face for the local people. We've just moved into their backyard. They're nervous. Show them we mean no harm.
If you insist, Paladin.
Бля, прикольный у него
Nothing
наряд.
further. I'll have the completed report on your desk shortly.
I expect nothing less from you. As you worship.
Paladin. Do not attempt to access the secure parts of this facility, civilian. We are watching you. Victoria. If you're here with a request for the Brotherhood, get in line. I don't have time for you right now.
Да офигел, что ли?
Did he? Initiate Dorsey is supposed to be manning his post at the entrance, not acting as my secretary. Initiate Dorsey is too trusting, but I can't fault his commitment. Perhaps he sees something in you worth our interest. Are you another aspirant to our order? If you mean that, then you are right. But if that's sarcasm, I recommend you stow it. Immediately. Normally, I'd stick you with the other hopefuls until we decide whether you're worthy. But if you're serious about joining us, you've got good timing. There's something you could do for me that would help the Order and demonstrate your qualities as a candidate. We've had a number of civilians show up here at Fort Atlas, asking for one thing or another from the Brotherhood. People are afraid, or want something, or are looking to involve us in local squabbles. Civilian outreach is not my specialty. There's too much left to do to secure this facility. If you're really interested in helping, save my time. Interview the petitioners, find out what they want, and report back to me. To be in the Brotherhood is an honor, and a life of service. If that's truly something you want, start here. Perform this duty well, and we can talk about your future.
Never forget the heroes of Fort Defiance.
No. The chain that binds dictates a strict hierarchy of command. And, as the only knight present, the initiates are directly under me. Unless I say so, your contact with the Brotherhood stops here. My patience is finite, outsider. The specifics of our mission are not for discussion with civilians. We're here under orders from Elder Maxon. Stay out of our way, and we won't have any problems. If we accept you as an initiate, and that is far from certain, you would be pledging yourself to our order and our cause. Our order exists to locate, secure, and protect dangerous technologies. Humanity cannot be trusted with the means to destroy itself. We will not allow another apocalypse.
Go home. Let us take care of things.
I am not known by my initiates for tolerating foolishness, outsider. Persist in that tone, and you will learn how much less I tolerate it from civilians. Don't just think. Make a decision. Talk to the petitioners, find out what they want, report it to me. Is that clear? Do this right. Don't make me regret giving you the opportunity. Conduct yourself properly, and we can consider putting you forward as an initiate candidate.
Ох ты важный какой.
You have a job to do. Unless you're done, get to it.
Stay on your toes. The wasteland.
You better have something useful to say to me. Oh, can't even come to me himself? What, he needs to requisition some more armor polish? All right. Keep it cool, Sean. So, what's he got to say to me? The problem is that a couple of these Brotherhood clowns showed up and took a bunch of my stuff at gunpoint. Now, I'm a peaceful man. I really am. I sure wasn't equipped to deal with armed thugs requisitioning the little I've managed to put together for myself. Never understood the Raiders. I like the quiet life. I don't need much, and I need trouble less. But after this, I get it. I came here to give the Brotherhood a chance to make things right. Else maybe I go to Crater and start doing things their way. At least they don't pretend to be the good guys. All right. What else did you want? I'm a scavenger mainly. Always been pretty good with a set of tools, so I do all right for myself, scrapping and fixing things. I trade what I find or fix with the folks at Foundation when I need something I can't get otherwise. Mostly, I like to be left alone. Don't blow me off like I'm making this up. These people have a responsibility to fix this. They had the power armor, and they said they were Brotherhood. Sorry I didn't make sure to ask proof when they had me at gunpoint. Listen, I don't have much, but what's mine is mine, and these people took that from me. The Brotherhood pretends like they're noble, but then they let this happen? In their name? Raiders don't act like something they're not, and at least the gangs defend their own. Then tell them, and get them to do something about it. Got something else then? just told you who I am. I already told them that when I got here. Nobody's listening in this place. I came here so that they can make things right. And they won't even listen to me. Oh, all right. The Brock? Now, I'm a peaceful man. Never understood it. I came here, at least they don't pretend. Hey, listen, thanks.
If I don't sleep tonight, I should be
Ain't no kind of life wrapped up in that.
Сколько халявщиков тут, ёпта.
I should be getting back to work, so get at it if you... Well, now look at you. You with these steel brother fellas? I've been waiting a good spell to talk to them. Farming such as it is. Got a patch ain't barely more than scald. But it's mine, and I manage. Longer than I'd prefer. These steel types ain't half disorganized right now, it looks like. Heard the news about these fellas and reckoned I'd better go see him. Ain't the only one neither, I see. Well, it's about time. I'd like to die. So, what's this night fella sent you for? Ain't much to tell. Been a farmer one way or another, all my life. Set up in these parts after I heard it was safe again. Turned out, there's plenty of raiders fixing to take what ain't much use bellyaching about it. Got seed in the ground right now. I ain't yet seen a raider willing to scrabble in the soil for seeds, so I reckon. For the cause, they said. Yeah, like that don't make them raiders too. Well, I ain't, so I reckon it's better to make a deal up front. My farm don't produce much. In return, I want these steel boys and girls to keep raiders away from my farm. Heard a lot. Fair enough. Can't expect more than that. Thank you. Something I can do for you.
What the heck does ad victorium even mean?
Фига у тебя голос.
Speak or go away. I do not talk. Yes. Something I can help you with? I am waiting to speak with a Brotherhood representative. I have no interest in small talk with strangers. Pardon my manners. I am out of practice. Too much time alone. Still, unless this... The severe gentleman in the power armor, yes. Dr. Edgar Blackburn at your service. I am sure you have more interesting things to do than listen to a poorly socialized... In short, I trained in multiple specialties before the war, and had a brief career. Finding myself fortunate enough to survive, I have continued my research, such as it is. Now, please do not ask me to examine any strange growths. I am not that kind of doctor. I had heard that the Brotherhood possessed advanced technology. As a doctor and a scientist, this was of great interest. My research is always in need of equipment and materials rather difficult to obtain by scavenging and bartering. I came to see if an arrangement could be made, but from what I can see of their operations, they are as yet. Given the state of my fellow supplicants, I would hypothesize that their needs likely outweigh my own. Thank you. Be well.
Желаю здравствовать. Ну ты, конечно.
Hey. Yeah, you. Who do I need to talk to around here? You know, about the guns? You don't look like one of these Brotherhood yahoos. Name's Tally Lane. What's your deal?
What you doing?
I just told you, dummy. Tally Lane. Just another chick trying to make it in the wasteland, you know? Who, me? Nah. Nah. Cool as a cryo grenade, me. Definitely. Shin? He the scary guy with the stick up his butt?
Fuck him, shit.
Alright, shoot. Oh, I'm just a poor country girl, you know? Parents died ages ago, so it's just me and a few friends trying to make our way in the world. It's pretty scary out there. Just a bunch of orphans helping each other out. And we're practically just kids. Gotta grow up on our own. We'd sure feel a lot safer with some of those high-tech guns these Brotherhood have to scare off all the maniacs out there. What? Me? A raider? No. A little old me? Don't be silly. Yeah, that's right. Big shiny guns. Now, all the talk in the area is about these Brotherhood folks with their high-tech toys, and I thought, Tally, you gotta get some of that. For self-defense, of course. Just so me and some of my poor, innocent friends can protect ourselves from all the nasty folks out there. Hey, I get it. Promises backfire all the time. Well, go get him, Tiger.
Fort Atlas is in good hands. Knight Shin's trained us well.
The only Have you finished the task I gave you? Good. Let's get this done. I have the list from their arrival. Give me the high-level overview.
The fight is just beginning.
The Brotherhood is not a charity, and our mission does not cover providing civilians with equipment to pursue their personal interests, unless the Doctor intends to provide that research to the Brotherhood exclusively, and under our supervision, he will get nothing. Our job is to procure and protect technology, not fund civilian scientists in developing it. If the Doctor's research proves dangerous, then the Brotherhood will take a very pointed interest. Until then, it is his problem. Next report. We are not mercenaries here to serve as guards for anyone with some goods to trade in payment.
We're building something big here. Don't get left behind.
This is not a charity. As a civilian, you are free to play hero for everyone that comes to you with a sad tale. The Brotherhood, however, has a duty to its mission, and that does not include playing bodyguard. Enough about that. What's next? No. We are not arms dealers. That aligns with my observation of her when she arrived. Your judgment may be better than I expected. Moving on. Impossible. Whatever happened, it was not us. There are countless brigands out there, civilian. It is not the job of the Brotherhood to hunt them down one by one for their crimes. I will say it bothers me to hear that someone is abusing the honor of the Brotherhood this way. But that does not change the facts. Mr. Hockman's problems are his own, not ours. That's everything. Against my initial judgment, you have shown that you can take orders and make yourself useful for the Brotherhood. You need to lose those soft civilian instincts, but I will make note of your assistance in my report to Paladin Romani. Should you wish to join our ranks, I will not oppose your enlistment and grant you permission, provisionally, to enter the compound proper. Go to our scribe Valdez. You will need her support as well if you want Paladin Romani's attention. Orders and duty are the lifeblood of the Brotherhood. You are not yet one of us. Consider it a suggestion. Be vigilant, outsider.
Аутсайдер, блядь.
This is a security office, not a social club. If you're not finished, get back to work.
How do I show that I'm fit to be a scribe when I'm put on patrol? Get that mutation treated, civilian, before it becomes a real problem.
I don't sleep tonight. Get this list.
We have to cut ourselves free from it to rebuild. Take the old and forge it anew. The scorching raiders, ghouls.
И хера они тут расстроились.
To meet them in person. Someday. We're here to protect the people. You'll learn that in time.
Watch your step, it's a mess up here.
Симпотная.
Hello, civilian. I don't mean to be rude, but what exactly are you doing up here? Oh, a prospective initiate. Night Shin sent you. I guess we're both in luck. Paladin Romani makes the call on new recruits, but the Knight and I have some influence. It just so happens I'm in need of someone to help me out on a little mission. If you're interested, I can bring you along and put you to work. Do a good job, and I'll send a recommendation your way. How about it? Our new base is littered with old technology, but there's something in particular I want to investigate. It's down in the bowels of this place, a part of Atlas that we've cornered off. I'm not keen on going alone, so I'd like some backup. Glad we can come to an agreement. Any questions before we start? All right, fire away. Ideally, yes, actually. In practice, not at all. We're supposed to be the lore keepers, preserving old technology for the betterment of today. Instead, I spend all my time soldering wires on busted comms equipment or tightening screws on tracking scanners. This investigation will be a breath of fresh air. It's what being a scribe should be about. Can I do it? Yes. But it's not my life's calling. Believe it or not, I didn't choose to be a scribe. I was born into it. My parents chose this life for me. I've gotten used to it, but it isn't mine. Nightshin would throw a fit if he heard just how unprofessional I was now. We should get back to business. Sorry. Business only. Normally I would, but today you came along. We have a lot of capable initiates, but we could always use more. Handle yourself well, and I'll be happy to vouch for you. Not as a civilian. However, if Paladin Romani lets you join our ranks, then I might reconsider. Especially if you're a big help on this mission. Sure. Ready to go? Great. Unfortunately, I need to finish up a few things here. Head downstairs and I'll meet you in a bit. If you're gonna be walking around up here, at least grab a wrench and help me out.
Started with an M. Miles of hiking's put some real wear on it. Request for the Brotherhood should be passed through night shift. Person. Someday.
How do I show that figure squad?
Такой глюк словил. Где она-то?
Good, you're here. So, how do you feel about reading comprehension? I was hoping to start out by sweeping the area for documentation left behind from before the war.
Блять.
Good, you're here. So, Are you trying to get on my good side? Because that's how you get on my good side. But enough about that. I'd like to get started. Let's head downstairs and see what we can turn up.
Рискну без силовой. Блять. Нормально. В смысле, блядь? Капец, а. Я думаю, это ворот.
This looks like what we need. This must be Dr. Hammond, Atlas's lead scientist. We recovered some of his holotapes and logs in our initial sweep of the area. This tech down here is his handiwork, and he couldn't give it up. Even after the war, I should make arrangements for a proper burial. Here's one. Here's a document.
No.
I think this is good. Let's talk for a sec. That should be enough to start. Let me take a look. Atlas decommission report. So the project was in bad shape after all? Oh, I knew it sounded too good to be true. Fascinating. Wow, this is some seriously classified stuff that I just let you read, isn't it? I wasn't supposed to show you any of this. That should be enough to start. Let me... Atlas decommission. Wow. I guess you're right. There's only so much I can tell you, but I'll share what I feel is relevant. Atlas wasn't exactly an observatory before the war. That was just a front. The military conducted research here. Pretty advanced research. We're down here to investigate and see what's worth salvaging for the Brotherhood. Whoa, 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 whoa. Looting is absolutely not what we're doing here. Everything of worth that we remove from this substructure is going with me, up to my lab to be cataloged and analyzed. Now, let's follow up on some leads from this report. I'd like to do a quick inspection of some key components that should be nearby. There's probably a terminal around here. If it's still running, we can do a diagnostics test. That will tell us about some of the less accessible hardware. The report mentioned that the machine's intake pump was under a lot of pressure. Let's find the release valve for that and give it a spin, see what happens. Finally, the lower core on this level should have a wiring box. Why don't we take a glance at that to get an idea of the electrical hookups? Think of the wires like the blood vessels of the machine. Without the electricity running through them, nothing's going to work. We just need to do a little checkup and see what condition they're in. The release valve is an emergency mechanism that can relieve pressure on the intake pipes if they come under stress. If all is well, we'll just be able to turn it and nothing out of the ordinary will happen. The diagnostics test can tell us the state of some key components that we won't be able to test manually. Keep an eye on the state of each component and we'll want to look into them after the initial check. Should be a simple inspection. You can have point, but I'll be looking over your shoulder the whole way. Take note of the details and we'll discuss how it goes after.
Ёб твою дивизию. Чем меня током шандарахнет? Хуя себе грызуны, блин. Бля, понял, она на выход указывает, сука. И на выход не надо.
That does it for the inspection. Let's talk. All right, let's go over the inspection results. The diagnostics check revealed some issues. Flux disruption in the induction loop, intake valves ruptured, and the ion focus? Oh, misaligned. Next, we have the release valve. That went. Well, what was your assessment? Not okay. Explosive decompression is not what we're looking for. Last but not least, the wiring. The wires were... Yep. I think the warm reception they gave us also points to that. Okay, well, sorry about the pop quiz, but in general, you're handling yourself well so far. Nobody does, outside of a classroom. That's why I love to evaluate new prospects this way. If I'm going to recommend you to Paladin Romani, I need to know you're serious. Can you pay attention? Think on your feet? If you can, you are in my favor. If you can't, then, well, maybe I reconsider my recommendation. I'm worried about what our inspection turned up. There are a few parts I'd like to extract and examine in my lab. There's the pressure gauge, the core processor, and the ion focus. They should be upstairs. There's a lot I can learn from examining them if we can pull them out and get them back to my lab in decent condition. I want to take some notes on the core up there, so I'm going to leave the parts removal to you. Each extraction will be a little different, but in general, you'll want to use a light touch. I want the components in good condition, so please be careful. Any questions, or are you ready to get started? You saw what happened when we tested the release valve. I want to examine the stress on the gauge. That could tell us if all that built-up pressure was normal or an anomaly. Oh, and you may have to pry it off, but be careful about it when the time comes. The brain of the machine. It's the component that coordinates all of the others. It should be slotted into a terminal somewhere. May take a little technical know-how to extract, but nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. A very important and technical component. It helps force particles into a beam that the machine could fire to affect the weather. Somehow. Could take a bit of manual dexterity to pry loose without any damage. I'm counting on you. Let's see what you can do.
Ой ты ж, ёшкин кот. Блять, это как? Хера.
Oh, I thought of one. Can you pick up the induction coil up there on the machine coil? What's that?
Давай сама-ка.
That doesn't sound good.
Ой, бля. Вот сейчас будет пиздец, блядь. Бля, что меня так ебануло-то? Красавица-то, предупреждай.
Whatever you did up there, the security system sure didn't like it. Thanks for the backup. I doubt I could have handled that on my own. Now that that's over with, let me take a look at what you've collected. The pressure gauge looks like it's in good condition. The core processor is pristine. Good work on that. The ion focus looks usable. Impressive. The induction coil seems fine. That's a relief. And what is this? Is this ultrasight? Fascinating. This looks like some kind of compact power source. None of the documents, none of the terminals said anything about this. Did this power the whole machine?
Да.
If it wasn't staring me in the face right now, I'd say it sounded pretty far-fetched. Yes, Project Atlas may be beyond our power to repair, but we might have something here. I expected the machine to use a small reactor's worth of energy. They condensed that into a container I can hold in my hands. I could do a lot with this. You were a big help. I'm sure you have what it takes to be an initiate. And soon. Here, take this letter to Paladin Romani. She'll make the final call on letting you into the Brotherhood, but my rec may tip the scales. I'm going back upstairs to take a look at these components. I need to catalog our findings. If nothing else, this ultrasight battery has piqued my interest. There's a lot I could learn from reverse engineering it. Oh, I'm giving you access to my private terminal, too. It has all the logs we recovered from when we moved in. After what we just went through, I think you deserve to know more about Project Atlas. Take a look if you get some free time. Thanks again for your help. And good luck with the Paladin.
Прикольно. Так, он что, передается или как? Мой один из аватаров на пистолет, а так посредника. Бля, заебись, передается. Клевый. Это какие? Что тут?
Greetings, civilian. I have my eye on you.
People have left.
Old world science solved a lot of problems Find, protect, and preserve. Science solved a lot of problems back in the day. But look what else it brought. I'm glad we guard our tech closely. Order, learning, protection. I have everything I need here. The old world has so much to teach us. Why didn't I see it before? Find, protect, and preserve.
Each day in service of the Brotherhood is a second. I'm busy, civilian. Don't tell me there are more petitioners. Make it quick, please. To procure and preserve dangerous technologies from before the war, and defend humanity from itself. Since the world went to pieces, anyone and everyone has been using what they can find in the wasteland to their own ends, unrestricted. If things continue like this, humanity will never make it. The 1st Expeditionary Force was tasked with investigating several valued technological sites across the U.S., concluding at the Atlas Observatory. From here, we would report back on the fate of the preceding Appalachian chapter, carrying on the Brotherhood's mission in their stead if need be. Or we would have done that report if we still had a working long-distance transmitter. We have Raiders to thank for that one. That information is classified. There is, and my interpretation of our orders is that acquiring it should be our #1 priority. Paladin Romani thinks otherwise. She has reevaluated the situation based on her own judgment. I'm following her orders. That lines up with our discovery so far. Truly an abominable threat, the Scorched. I will refrain from asking why you were snooping around a Brotherhood facility. I will warn you not to do it again. Ask them if you must. Make it quick. As you can see, I'm in charge of the armory. I maintain and manage all of our equipment. I keep records of our stockpiles, distribute rations, and acquire resources as needed. Since we only have one paladin here, I also lead various combat operations and support Paladin Romani in any ways necessary. To be clear, my duties do not include human resources. Does this look like a social club to you? I have my duties to attend to. I would hope that you have yours. It sounds to me like you haven't decided your purpose in this world. I have, and it doesn't involve making friends with everyone.
Ой, блядь. Давай.
This is my place, my mission. I wonder if night shift.
Есть что пожрать?
Do you want to play the Armory's board game with me?
Do you need something?
Oh, well, my name is Maximo. You can call me Max, though, for short. My big sister Marcia and I live here now with the Brotherhood. Isn't that cool? Well, the town we lived in got attacked by raiders and our mother was killed. But luckily, the Brotherhood of Steel was there and they saved us. Since we didn't really have anyone anymore, Paladin Romani had us come along with them. I can't wait to become a member and fight off bad guys like they do. I'll make sure no one ever has to die again. They're heroes! The Brotherhood is gonna save humanity and help make the world a better place. They saved my sister and me and a bunch of other people along the way. Plus, the power armor they get to wear is so cool! Oh yeah! It's a lot of fun living in the Brotherhood of Steel base. I kinda wish there were more kids my age to play with, but it's okay. The less distractions from my training, the better. I'm gonna become the best Brotherhood of Steel member that Paladin Romani has ever seen. Whatever you want. Sure, I'd be happy. She's the leader of the Brotherhood, and I'm gonna try my best to impress her so that she makes me an initiate one day. It was Paladin Romani's idea to let us stay here with them. And I'm so happy that she did. No way! I can't get the proper training I need to become a Brotherhood of Steel Knight there. I need the best combat training there is, and that's here. Speaking of, I wonder if Night Shin is busy right now. Oh, absolutely! She cares a lot about saving people and stopping bad guys. She's a real-life hero. Night Shin is super cool. Have you seen his power armor? He doesn't really talk to me much, but I think it's just because he's super busy doing Brotherhood stuff and fighting bad guys. Plus, he's usually hanging out by the weapons, and I'm not allowed to go near there. I think we're gonna be best friends together, though. You think? I want to know all about the Brotherhood of Steel. Okay. She's the leader of the...
Блять.
Do you want to join? Odessa is the best. She's super smart and is always saying stuff that I don't really understand, but I'm gonna study really hard. And sometimes when the others aren't around, we play hide and seek around the fort. Nah, I want to be a knight like Shin so I can wear power armor and use cool weapons. If I was to be a scribe, though, I would want to be just like Odessa. She told me I could because we're friends. Just like how you can call me Max instead of Maximo. Although, when I'm a knight, I would prefer if you called me Knight Max. Okay. Sounds good to me.
Are you even
Stay safe out there.
I don't have anything to say to you or anyone else.
Симпатяшка.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I'll keep that in mind if I ever feel up to it. You know what? I just might.
Эй, я пошутил.
I'm sure you wouldn't be too thrilled to talk to anyone if both your parents were dead and you were stuck with the people who caused it. I really don't want to talk about it. Just watch out. The Brotherhood can be reckless, and they justify it with some bullshit savior complex. If you want to talk about how great the Brotherhood of Steel is, talk to Max instead. You two can lick Shin's boots together. I would if I could, but Max refuses, and I can't just leave him behind. We're all that we've got left. Hopefully he'll come to his senses and stop his blind hero worship. Okay then. What do you want? Thanks.
Блять. Эй, алло.
I'm sorry, but civilians should stay out of command areas. Ah, you must be the one I've been hearing about. Paladin Layla Romani. What do you need? Well, between this and the report I have from Knight Shin, we can discuss you becoming a member of our order. Consider it carefully. Do you wish to join our ranks? With the recommendations of Knight Shin and Scribe Valdez, I'm willing to consider you for membership. But first, I need to see how you handle yourself without direct supervision. In order to be effective in our operations here, we need to establish positive relations with the people of Appalachia. If we make them see us as a beneficial presence in the area, it will be much easier to secure cooperation in the future. We have reports of feral ghoul attacks on traders and travelers in the southwest forest region, indicative of a nest of some kind. I want you to clear it out.
Наконец-то, блин.
We don't know. Our initial reports on the attacks came from a family of farmers, the Putnams, that we passed on the way into the region. I think their sons were rather starstruck when we showed up. I almost expected the older boy to follow us when we left. You should start your search there. They may know more. You can find them at the old Lewis and Sons farming supply. Your reward is that I consider you worthy to join our ranks. Limited intel suggests this is a milk run, perfect for a new recruit. But you're not wrong. We don't know the level of threat. Take this as an additional precaution.
Симулятор, серьезно? Ну ладно.
While I'm not in the habit of explaining my priorities to would-be recruits, you may have noticed there's a lot of work to be done here. You doing it accomplishes the mission and adds another member to our ranks. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Две птицы, один камень. Прикольная у них поговорка.
Complete this mission satisfactorily, and I will grant you initiate status within the Brotherhood. Yes. Very well. Do this, and you will be one of us, with all the rights and responsibilities of a full member of the Brotherhood of Steel. Ad Victoriam. Nightshin runs the armory downstairs, if that's what you're looking for.
Так, там где-то компьютер еще были, про Атлас почитать. Давай, лучше сварю.
The Raiders, the Ghouls, if anything tries to attack. We have to cut ourselves free from America to rebuild America. Take the old and forge it anew.
Never forget the heroes of Fort Defiance. One day I'll make night. Then I'll show those Raiders who's boss.
All these new initiatives.
Starting recording. Night Alan Connors. Brotherhood of Steel. 1 second. Let me toss another one on the fire. Screw it. I'll do a status report later. This one's off the record. Odessa, Daniel, I'm about halfway through the night shift. And it's gotten me thinking. I know it's been tough on you two. Neither of you are quite the grizzled old-timers that Layla and I are. I just want you both to know how proud I am. Not just to see you rise to the challenge, but to see you do it with such vigor and determination. For every bit of trouble this trip has been. It's only just started. But I hope you can enjoy calm nights like these. And take a moment to relax. Look, each of us have our reasons for being here. Including Layla. You may not always see eye to eye. But know that she cares deeply for both of you. And Daniel, I know you probably feel she cares too much. But that's just her way. Leading from the heart has always worked out for her in the past. Trust me, man. I've been through the thick of it with her. In this journey ahead, we're going to need to rely on each other with unwavering support. The toughest trials have yet to come. But remember, we're more than a brotherhood now. We're a family.
Да.
Stay on your toes. The wasteland is merciless. Hope those kids we picked up are doing okay. What were their names again? Started with an M.
Да, блин, где они были, эти компы-то?
Information should go to Scribe Valdez.
Old world science on the bottom.
Ad Victoriam. Order, learning, protection. I have everything I need here.
One day I'll make night. Then I'll show those Raiders who's boss.
Robots everywhere, but all standard models. Surely there's something more to discover here.
The Elders have so much to teach us.
I hope I'll get to meet them in person someday.
Calibrate this, tighten that. How can I find time to study our history?
Keep fighting out there.
It's worth piling up.
We're here to protect the people. They'll learn that in time.
Of everywhere we've been, this old place may hold the most promise.
You should get that mutation treated, civilian, before it becomes a real problem.
We come all the way from California. Here I am fixing broken pipes.
The settlers want to rebuild, but they're oriented to the future. We need to understand the past as well, or we'll make the same mistakes going forward.
I want to visit Fort Defiance, but I'm not sure I can stand the sight. With all these new initiates, I may need another scribe just to keep the scrolls up to date. This old place may hold the most training, weapons, days like this, we're gonna be invincible. The elders have so much to teach us. I hope I'll get to meet them in person. Someday.
Whoa there. Mom, Dad!
Who do you think you are barging in here? George?
Hold it, stranger. No funny moves.
The Brotherhood? Again?
Oh, man. Cool! Ha ha! I told you they'd be back, Colin.
Lower the gun, George. All right. Why don't you come over here and we'll try to do this like civilized folk.
Это вам больше не пригодится.
Now, you need to be more careful just waltzing into people's homes. It's a good way to end up with more lead in you than's healthy. I'm Carol Putnam. This is my husband, George. Now, won't you tell us why you're barging in here, and maybe we can all be friendly when you're done. Might not be Lewis or Sons, but this here's ours.
But Lewis was a cousin of mine back in the day. God rest his soul. He and his family didn't make it when the bombs fell. We were looking a good place to put down roots when we heard it was safe to come back to West Virginia. I told Carol we ought to see if this place was still here.
Even after all these years. There's enough salvageable tools and such to make starting a farm easier here than your average homestead. Didn't see any point in updating the sign. Those would be them military types in the heavy armor that came through here recently, right? I'm the one that told them about those attacks.
Those Brotherhood guys are so cool. Wait, are you recruiting? I want to sign up.
Their gear was pretty fascinating.
Settle down, boys. The adults is talking. So you want to know about them ghouls? Me, George, and the boys. Marty's the overeager one. Colin's the quiet one. I hope I don't need to remind you we're not defenseless.
There's also the robots outside, of course. I got them helping with the chores.
Nerd. Boys, knock it off.
So, us, the robots, and the dogs, I guess. And enough firepower to discourage pests. Well, we're getting to be self-sufficient soon. Greenhouse is getting there. George wants to restore the house, but we're fine in here.
The boys are going to want rooms of their own, dear. Don't act like you wouldn't mind being away from their snoring.
We've got other work needs doing first. Lord, if I can put up with your snoring for 20 years, I can surely deal with them. Can't say for certain. We got a suspicion, though.
A lot of the sightings and attacks have been from folks traveling the highway to Flatwoods. They come out of the hills, northwest of the old creamery.
And the only thing out that way is what's left of the Orwell orchards. Could be the source of the things. You gonna wipe them out when you find them?
Aren't you on a mission from the Brotherhood?
You're doing it for them, not for us.
She's right, of course, but that doesn't mean we're not grateful for the risk you're taking. Now here, wherever you find ghouls, you're going to find radiation. We can spare this.
Good to hear.
You'd be doing everybody in the area a favor. That's for sure.
Safe roads means safer traders. Good for everyone. The Brotherhood would definitely be making friends if you pull this off. Not sure. More than a few, less than an army. From what folks have said, if you're going in alone, even a few can swarm you before you realize what's happening. Be careful out there. All right, then. Lord, don't get them started.
Oh, yeah. The lasers, the power armor, they are the coolest thing I have ever seen.
Marty, you barely do your chores now, and you get confused by the generator. What good would you be?
Yeah, well, at least I'm not a shrimp like you.
I can pay you to get these two out of my hair.
George!
I'm just kidding. You boys know we love you.
Now, I don't like it, but they're adults. Close enough, I guess. And I know they're bound to want to do their own thing, but the farm needs work. We can't do it alone. If one of them wants to go, well now, George and I'll just have to live with it. But you ain't taking both of my boys, though.
Ooh, me.
Careful, George.
You heard the wife. She says one of them can go, then one can go, I suppose.
Fine by me. Just try not to startle us if you drop by again. George has a hair trigger with that shotgun.
I really would like to join the Brotherhood. I know I'm not as strong as my brother, but you've got to have a need for somebody smart, right? I'm sure. This farm isn't the place for me. The Brotherhood could change the world. It's where I belong. Can you make me a recruit? All right, that seems fair enough. I'll do my best to earn that recommendation, I promise. Are you sure about me, though? I know my brother wants this too, and I heard Mom. Only one of us can go. Really? That's incredible. Thank you. You go on ahead. I need to talk to my folks and say goodbye and that kind of thing. I'll meet you at Orwell Orchards.
Mm-hmm. Красиво. О, это мы заберем.
Hey, you're here. Seemed like this was the place. I had to sneak past everything outside, and then I heard some noises deeper in here, so I just holed up to wait for you. I hope that's okay. Yeah. Dad gave me one of his old pistols so I can defend myself. I don't have a lot of practice, but how hard can it be, right? Don't answer that. I know some shortcuts. And you don't grow up with an older brother without learning to be at least a little sneaky. Not until I got here, no. But you were looking for a nest of feral ghouls. The house seemed a likely bet to have some hiding places, so that led me here. Yeah, you don't seem all that nervous. Okay, I can do this. Just don't let me die, please.
Нихуя их тут. Фига хоромы. Блять, я чуть не пристрелил. Не ссы!
Oh, God. Oh, wow. That was a lot. I'm still shaking. I'm really a little worried you're so casual about it. I guess I can handle it, but if I have the choice, I'll stick to books and machines, thanks. Yeah, actually, thanks. That was terrifying. I didn't completely lose it, though, and I'm alive, so I guess that's a good sign. Thanks, really. I know how that would have gone if it was just me. Definitely. I might not be the most brave in a fight, but you must need people to keep everything running. And if the occasional moment of terror is the price for getting to work with their tech, I can live with it. I will. Thanks again for keeping me alive, as well as giving me this chance. I'll make sure you and the rest of the Brotherhood don't regret it. Be safe out there.
И чё, и всё, что ли? О. О. Не густо, не густо.
have my eye on you.
Allow Atlas to go the way of full defiance. Welcome back. Have you completed your assigned mission, candidate? Ah, that explains young Colin Putnam arriving at our doorstep then. Right kid. I can't say Shin thought much of him, but if he makes it through basic training, I think you found us another scribe. That'll make Valdez happy. I'm very pleased with your initiative. Excellent job. Not only have you achieved everything we set out for you, but you have expanded our order and helped to secure its future in Appalachia. I hereby confer on you the status of probationary initiate in the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm sorry, but we'll have to put the official initiation right on hold. Something's come up, and we need to deal with it right away. If you've got anything else you need to take care of, make it quick. Report to me again when you're ready.
Боже, что это?
We'll build something better for everyone. Hello, Initiate. Congratulations on officially joining our ranks. I apologize that we aren't able to do an official ceremony right now, but as previously stated, something more important has come up. I've been informed that there is an independent settlement that needs our help. A group of Blood Eagle raiders are extorting the villagers and taking their supplies. The village's leader, Jenny Brown, has more information. You can find her at their settlement, a camp made up of tree houses that they call the Retreat. We aren't asking the settlement for anything in return. They're going to need their supplies, and our goal is to return them. We need the people of Appalachia to know that we're here to help. Earning favor with the people of this region will benefit us in the long run. That in itself is a reward. But if you happen to get any additional supplies that the Blood Eagles have procured, you can bring them back here. Trust that you will represent the Brotherhood admirably on your first mission, Initiate.
Все будет тип-топ. Хера тут народа.
So sick and tired of those thorn bushes.
Maybe I'll ask them, see if anyone needs help.
I won't let anyone mess with
Those Mothman cultists give me the creeps. They're all just crazy.
Is it true that strangler vines can power at night? What's that thing Miss Jenny says? Oh, you can't always find a perfect
Lovely weather, isn't it?
but you can always preserve a perfect memory.
Hello there, stranger. What can I do for you?
Last night?
Well, aren't you just the cutest Brotherhood member I've ever seen? My name is Jenny Brown, and I'm the mama hen of this little family here at the retreat. Lately, my kin have been harassed by a woman named Dagger and her Blood Eagle Raiders. She's causing all my people to go hungry and threatening our lives. You should take some time to talk with some of my people. I'm sure they have some useful information about Dagger that they can share with you, you know.
It's just about time to eat.
Great. Let me know if you need anything else, darling.
Did those raiders come snooping around?
This place ain't quite Georgia, but the humidity's sure trying.
Don't run too fast around here. Don't cause any trouble around here. I will be able to find you. My partner and I were holed up in a building when we heard some people come inside and start looking through the place. We were worried we would have to fight, but instead, Miss Jenny welcomed us into her group with open arms and offered us a place in the family. I went out hunting shortly after one of her weekly collections and tracked her lieutenants to see where her hideout is. I lost their trail and wasn't able to get the exact location. But I do know they're somewhere to the southwest. If you find her, kill her. Her and her damn blood eagles are taking our food, water, stim packs, everything. All in exchange for allowing us to keep our lives. Being high up in these trees makes me feel safe. Plus, everyone looks out for each other here. And we do what we can to make the best of it. If you could just help get rid of Dagger, I can go back to living in peace. Please.
What's that thing Miss Jenny says? You can't always find the perfect
I won't let anyone mess with it,
but you can always preserve.
Forgive any attitudes from us. We got people going hungry here. I run the storehouse here and have to deal with her lieutenants that come to collect every week. They have some sort of fancy rocket launchers that would blow this place to smithereens if given the opportunity. Now, her and those Blood Eagle Raiders are definitely too tough for us to handle on our own. Something's got to be done about her. And I hope you're the one to do it. You kidding me? It's got to be the coolest digs you can get in the apocalypse. I'm proud to call this place my home, and these people my family. I was surrounded by a group of vicious mole rats. Some members of Miss Jenny's family found me. They saved me. I figured I could use some more protection from all the nastiness in this world. Now we just need to deal with Dagger. You go get...
Jump up here? Hey there. Sorry, we're a bit wary of strangers right now. I know that she's got numbers, and she's smart. She's got people tracking our trade routes, and they've been harassing our caravans. It's making the settlers not want to trade with us for fear of losing their own people. I don't blame them either. Dagger's people are making it harder and harder for us to have the supplies when she comes to collect. Honestly, I think she just wants an excuse to kill us off. Miss Jenny heard of all the people in Appalachia and thought it would be a good spot for some consistent trading opportunities. I came across all these abandoned tree houses, and it seemed like the perfect place to set up our little haven. It allows us to keep our independence while still making it easy to trade with the settlers. Mostly. I believe in you to give that dagger what she deserves.
Miss Jenny brought us all together. Nothing.
I don't know who you are, but your power armor looks like it's seen better days. Might be time to fix it. I never thought it was so important. We met Miss Jenny. She's responsible for our little family.
О, боже мой.
I hope you enjoyed getting to know us. We're a peaceful people. We don't want to bother or be bothered. So, will you help us? Other than she's insane and a menace, she has this loyal group of lieutenants that are willing to protect her with their lives. I'm telling you, if they didn't follow her everywhere she went, I'd have already tried to put her 6 feet under. I'm glad you're able to see how special my people are. Family is the most important thing that you can have, especially in the wasteland. I will do anything that I can to protect mine. Thank you. I knew you'd... Please be careful. Dagger and her...
Ща разберемся. Клюшкою.
A rat toad couldn't jump all the way.
О, иглу переименовали. Угу.
I'm gonna do it. When their backs are turned, I swear I'll do it. Oh, beautiful!
Бля, не то. Ну ладно. Воу. Нормально, нормально. Ну, я в логове. Так, пойду я еды возьму. Сейчас, секундочку. Ой, блядь. Погнали. Вау. Чё? Опа. нормально у них тут.
Living in a kid's treehouse.
Somebody needs to get me a drink.
Чё, попиздим?
Well. I see the Brotherhood has finally sent one of their pawns to retrieve my weapons. Because you've impressed me by taking out my crew, I'll allow you to say a few last words. Choose them carefully, kid. You mean you didn't know about the weapons? The crate they came in may have had a Brotherhood of Steel insignia on them. But they're ours now. Don't even think about walking into my place and making demands either. I won't let you take these weapons from us. My gang and I came across a small group of raiders, and I couldn't help but notice these beauties sitting around. Let's just say negotiations didn't go over well, and now we're the owners. Who knows how that group got them from the Brotherhood? And really, who cares? Oh, I'm not making demands. I'm providing a service. They give me their supplies, and I let them keep their lives. Where there's prey, there will always be a predator. If it wasn't me, I'm sure there would be someone else ready to take advantage of them. Like I said, these weapons don't belong to the Brotherhood anymore. I don't have any of their property. And you can tell those villagers they'll be punished for crying to the Brotherhood of Steel. Well, shit. If there's one thing I value more than my goods, it's my life. Here's the key to some of our stash. Make sure you tell your people to stay out of my business from now on.
Don't even breathe in Dagger's direction.
Kill or be killed. Exploit or be exploited.
Those treehouse pansies were ripe for picking. Better not be here to start shit.
Nothing in this wasteland can bring down Dagger's crew.
You've got some nerve walking in here.
Dagger's throne is untouchable.
Bad enough fighting the other gangs for turns.
Блин, промотал что. Бля, пиздец.
Like it might rain later.
Like it might rain later.
Have you had a chance to pay Dagger a friendly visit? Oh my, this is quite a weapon. I can't wait to try this bad boy out. Thank you so much for your help. I hope the Brotherhood won't mind us having this.
Maybe I'll ask around and see if anyone needs help.
Блин, смысл вот сюда телепортироваться? Нельзя было сделать, чтобы сразу к ним в здание.
From our patrol.
They must have seen something quite interesting for you to come to me about it.
Interesting is not the word. Concerning, yes.
One moment, Initiate. Knight Shin is in the middle of his report.
Ну говори. Ну ладно.
Go on, Shin.
As I was saying, one of our patrols came across a raider storeroom. They were chased out, but not before sighting several crates with the Brotherhood insignia on them.
Those crates are for important assets. We haven't used them since...
Since that battle, let's not waste time with details. Considering the contents, it's imperative that we recover those crates from the raiders.
We have yet to establish a relationship with the people of Crater. It's possible they are more agreeable than the other raiders we've encountered.
Are you seriously considering the idea of leaving those items in raider hands?
Let's discuss this later. We've kept the Initiate waiting long enough. Were you able to help the people of the retreat? Were you able to help the people of the retreat? Very unfortunate that things had to end that way, but at least the villagers are safe now.
Them, and likely many others. The world is better off with fewer blood eagles.
Don't speak so frivolously of human life, Knight. Is there anything else to report? The Blood Eagles, too. Did these crates have our insignia on them?
If our weapons have spread among multiple groups, that's a serious problem. One that the Initiate has exacerbated with their ill-advised handout.
I support the Initiate's decision. The villagers will not use that weapon with ill intent.
One weapon isn't likely to cause a crisis, but the raiders have an entire cache. We can't just leave them as is.
We obtained them during our journey to Appalachia. Unexpected circumstances removed them from our possession.
That's all the Initiate needs to know.
I am the one answering questions here, Knight. The Brotherhood saved Shin's hometown from a raider attack. It was then that Knight Connors recruited him into the fold. There have been other incidents since then, but...
This is irrelevant to the mission.
Perhaps you can ask him about it another time.
I'd prefer that you didn't.
Good work, Initiate. You're dismissed.
Бля, ракетомет, ебать, он, наверное, тяжелый, сука.
We're gonna have to bring the Crater Raiders under control eventually. Unnecessary bloodshed.
Прикольно.
You're here. Good. To review the current situation, One of our patrols located a cache of dangerous weapons in the Raider storeroom. Stolen Brotherhood weapons, no less. Your assignment is to secure the storeroom for the Brotherhood, and the weapons along with it. I'll put together a squad and meet you there. But given the situation, it's imperative you arrive there as soon as possible. Any questions, Initiate? I should put negligence on your record for asking that question. Lucky for you, I don't have the time. If you can recall your last assignment, it had to do with putting down a rabid den of Blood Eagles in possession of military-grade rocket launchers. The same kind of rocket launchers were discovered in the possession of some raiders from Crater. Needless to say, that's a problem, and we are going to fix it. Care. Are you insinuating this is a personal matter? I am carrying out the Brotherhood's mission. The reason our logo is on those weapons is because we swore to keep them out of civilian hands. Now it's time to fix our mistake. Paladin Ramani forbids engagement without warning. So, we will attempt to speak to them when we arrive. That being said, the Raiders have already made it clear they're determined to be our enemies, stealing supplies, ambushing patrols, using Brotherhood weapons to terrorize the region. If they are unwilling to cooperate, we will put our foot down. So be prepared for combat. I'm not sure why you wouldn't want to. They're a menace to Appalachia. But if you have some way of negotiating with them, that's on you. I'm sure Paladin Ramani would appreciate a non-violent solution.
Keep that armor in good shape. Your life could depend on it.
One last thing. We need to confirm the weapon's source. I find it unlikely the Raiders will be willing to talk until after we send them a very clear message. If any of them are still alive after that, we can question them. But priority one is securing the weapons they already have. That will be all. Dismissed.
Ого.
The Scorched, the Raiders, the Ghouls. Anything tries to attack?
Открыты две модификации. Где они? Ну ладно. Бля, ракетомет не влезает. Ладно, потом что-нибудь придумаю. Вау! Ух ты.
Oh, well. Looks like we have a visitor. Did the Brotherhood send you? I gotta say, you're doing a good job representing them. Dressed up in all that clunky armor. It's wrong of me to judge by appearances, though. Why don't you introduce yourself? That's so. You got a deed to go with that claim? Because, we're not gonna sign it.
This vault and all material goods within are hereby under possession of the Brotherhood of Steel. This requisition will aid us in the preservation of technology and the protection of mankind. Your compliance will ensure your safety.
You know, I'm interested in hearing more about this
protection of mankind business. I suppose killing a few no-good raiders is an easy price to pay for the benefit this measly little vault will provide for us as a species. Is that it?
I repeat, your compliance will ensure your safety. Not that I'd expect a simple-minded brute to understand.
Resorting to name-calling already. I have to say, I'm disappointed. Thought I'd be able to speak to someone civilized from a big-shot organization like yours. What about you, Forward Scout? Think we can work this one out? Or are your underpants in as tight of a bunch as Mr. Compliance?
Эх, бля, надо было без силовой.
Who's to say we don't have that whole platform you're standing on rigged to blow?
I'll call your bluff. You didn't expect us to come.
All right, I'll admit, this is a serious oversight. Should have known those initiates who stopped by would come crying to their superiors. Humor me on one thing. This place doesn't offer us any strategic leverage over the Brotherhood. If anything, you're gonna waste more resources protecting a place so far away from your home base. So then, it must be the weapons that are important to you. What's so special about these rocket launchers that a top-ranking member would come to collect them himself?
I don't know how you became aware of our internal hierarchy, but it's irrelevant to the situation. You will leave the weapons in the vault and disperse. Now.
How about you? Do you seriously take orders from this constipated suit of metal? Big words for someone who just barged in and claimed ownership of our storeroom. I suppose you don't have to follow the rules you apply to everyone else. Is that it? Because you have a righteous cause? That's fine. This story only adds fuel to our fire. We're heading back to Crater. This stash isn't worth it.
Not so fast. Tell us where you got those weapons from.
Ooh, sorry. I don't discuss Raider affairs on Brotherhood territory. If you really want to know, you can come talk to me in Crater. Don't worry. If it's only one of you, we don't usually kill on sight. Now let us through.
Completed the first part of our mission. You compose yourself in a manner befitting of the Brotherhood. We don't compromise, especially not with raiders. It's clear you understand that. Moving forward, we still need to track down the weapon source. That man appeared to know something. I don't care how you get it out of him, but make sure you get it. We'll set up some protectrons to guard it, and transfer the weapons back to Fort Atlas. After that, it can be used as an intermediate storehouse for anything our patrols find in the northern part of Appalachia. This is your top priority. The longer we let these weapons spread, the more difficult it will be to track down all of them.
Отдохнуть надо.